revenue cycle concept, HIM perspective. And this is taken by Ms. Pushpalata. She's having MBA and she's having DMRM also. Actually, she's having 32 years experience in medical record profession in a corporate sector. And currently she is working as senior manager of medical records in Apollo Hospital and 13 years in Apollo Hospital in various experience in various medical records positions. And she worked 19 years in St. John's Hospital in a dynamic position in medical records department. She has participated 4 JCA audits and NABH accreditation audits. She is doing orientation classes for CBHI and speaker in medical records national conference like MedRecord in previous years. And Ms. Pushpalata has more than 5 years experience as faculty also. And I am welcoming Ms. Pushpalata to the dais.
Thank you, sir, for introducing the speaker. And ladies and gentlemen, can we have a huge round of applause for the last speaker of session 3, Ms. Pushpalata ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Namaste. Thank you for giving an opportunity to talk about revenue cycle concepts. It's not coming. Revenue cycle management. The process of medical billing is a form of communication between an insurance company and a care provider. The billing cycle or the revenue cycle management is the term used to elaborate and explain the entire medical billing service. So there are types of billings are cash, insurance, and public sector undertaking. Cash deals with all cash counter, all inpatient and outpatient and advances. Insurance normally third-party administrators or insurance companies. Public sector undertakings are CGHS, ECHS, and government agencies. Typical procedure in the revenue cycle management. First of all, any patient visit to the hospital, patient visit and medical record documentation will happen. So whenever after any patient come to hospital, they will register the patient their relevant information to the counter, and they will get a number. That number they are using for regulatory, financial, and clinical requirements. Patient scheduling and eligibility verification. When a patient schedules an appointment, the physician office or the hospital staff typically check the patient report on insurance coverage before visit. Activity process. Once the patient is admitted, get his or her care service, and it is time for preparing and submitting the claim to the insurance company. Coding, billing, submission. The hospital or care facility then sends the care summary and billing codes to the patient insurance company to see what portion of the care will be covered by insurance with the patient billed for the remainder. Claim processing. This will execute through either its own system or third party. Payment receivable. Receive payment from the insurance company. Next is denial management or appeals. The insurance executives will scrutinize the denial of claims and follow up the necessary actions. If at all the claim is not approved by the insurance company, they will go for reimbursement. The claim is not approved from the insurance company, patient has to settle the bill in the hospital, and later on has to go for the reimbursement as per the policy. So each area impacts the revenue cycle. Treatment plan. Lack of treatment plan is kind of a lack of communication. We have to communicate the cost of the treatment to the patient. A sequenced treatment plan facilitates scheduling and track potential revenue. So scheduling. Need to know clinical activity, whether they came for a consultation or they came for a surgery, they came for an admission. So we have to understand for what need they came. Using the treatment plan, staff know what to collect. Patient check-in. Once we have to, when the patient is check-in, we have to ensure that collection or verification of patient demographics. This leads to many times approval denials and all those things. Allow for collection of payment before treatment. So claim processing. So proper treatment plan lead to accurate coding that lead to accurate claims. Accurate claims lead to faster reimbursement. Electronic claims and electronic attachment, faster reimbursement. So real-time processing information also lead to faster reimbursement. Denial management. Some tips I am telling about denial management. EHR flags incomplete claims. Electronic claims allow for real-time management. Real-time management will support faster claim correction and faster reimbursement. These all things reduce the amount of time staff spend on the phone with third-party players. Accurate demographics will lead to fewer returns of statements. And digital format provides for sending file to third-party vendor for statement processing. Allows the staff to use time in more productive manner. Reports that assist staff in claim and outstanding balance follow-up. Report generation for outstanding claims and patient balances. This all ease of working with collection agencies. Collection agency can access files and download information into the system. And also we can streamline process and reduce staff. So, impact of medical records in RCM. The medical record is the who, what, where and when of patient care in the hospital. With the advancement in medical knowledge and complexity of modern medical and surgical treatment existing in the hospital today, an accurate and adequate medical record is essential as documentary reference of the care and treatment which the patient received in the hospital. We all know that that is a very important document for all insurance purposes. So common documentation errors which impacts revenue cycle management. Illegible handwriting. If there is illegible handwriting, always we have a delay in the claim. Disclosure of pre-existing disease during the time of policy. So whenever the patient is taking a policy, sometimes they won't give the proper pre-existing disease disclosure. Some case, billing date and reporting date will not match. Some reporting error. Initial record is so important, it will not be there in the medical records. Past history should be comprehensive about the onset of medication of DM, hypertension and IHD. Privacy, confidentiality and security, especially death record, psychiatry record and MLC records. Inadequate and illegible and inaccurate documentation also will lead to denial management. Stay back of patient after discharge due to personal problems also have issues with documentation errors. Software updation for new investigation. Many of times hospitals will make a new investigation, but they forgot to properly put the software correction in the present system. So tracking improvements. We have to determine which benchmark to use the gauge improvement. To measure the benchmark, we have to have a proper benchmark for the improvement. Apply a simple pre-test and post-test method to determine improvement. Use the data your EHR collects to determine improvements. Determine which interval to check for improvements. So the tips actually for the RCM. So my conclusion is, the primary responsibility of any hospital is to maintain the medical record in a legible, complete and actual manner, that they accurately summarize the events that have occurred during hospitalization of the patient. Implementation of electronic medical records, form designing will ease the revenue cycle management. Certain benchmark can be used to track progress. The medical record is a powerful tool for the concurrent and retrospective review of the process factors of hospital care. Most of the requirement of the insurance claims are depend upon the medical record for their claim settlements. So maintenance of medical record is not only for the RCM, but also for all kind of accreditations, quality care and overall service of the entire healthcare system. So my humble request to all of you that we will have to have a proper documentation practices and also have a correct systematic record keeping in our hospitals. Thank you.